Hi again. If you've just clicked on this video and you're not familiar with the channel, you don't know who I am, you're probably thinking, great, another weirdo, know-it-all British guy who thinks that we're all God. He's going to tell us that we're all God. Yes, that is my interpretation of what I'm about to tell you. You might not agree with it. You might think it's a lot of woo-woo, but let's get into the meat and the bones of it, and I'll explain what I mean. Okay, let's clarify something straight away. Your perception of reality is a reflection of what you will see in your consciousness, what is around you. What do I mean by that? If a person is in a good state of mind and they look for the beautiful things in life, then that's what they're going to notice. Now, this is easier to do if you're in a good emotional state. Like, for example, if you're somebody that's in love and you see a beautiful sunset, it's easy to think, wow, look at that, it's so beautiful, it's like God's poetry. Whereas someone who's in a bad situation where maybe they're heartbroken, they can look at the same sunset and they can feel like, it looks like drab wallpaper out of a travel lodge, right? So depending on where you are, what you feel inside is a reflection of your outside world as well. So your beliefs about what is going on around you will reflect back to you what those beliefs are. So I see this a lot with guys who believe that you need money to have the right girl. They believe that you've got to have molecules assembled by the Scandinavian gods to be able to get beautiful women. But this isn't true. We know this isn't true because we see average looking guys with beautiful women all the time, right? But you can't explain it to these guys because they'll never understand it because they've never experienced it. And so their perception of reality is that I can't have a beautiful woman or the dating life that I want until I get the best body or I make £1 million or dollars or whatever. So this is a way of thinking that's flawed, and I'm going to get into why it's flawed and why you need to kind of flip it on its head to actually get the things that you really want in life. Now, that great trembling machine of anxiety and advertising known as society will tell you you can't have the things you really want in life until you've reached a certain standard, until you've got the best body, or until you've got enough money. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need those things. In fact, what you need to do is flip this on its head and kind of look at it in reverse. What do I mean by that? Here's another example. Those guys that think that you need the money and the looks to get the girls, I can show you loads of examples of other guys that don't have any money, are very average looking, and yet they still get the girls. Why? Because they walk around in life as though they're Zeus with an overdraft. They already believe that they're entitled to it. It's a delusional confidence that they have. And this is the same no matter whether it's your dating life or whatever you want in your life. You've got to believe that you are entitled to it and believe that you are worthy of it. Because if you don't feel like you're worthy of it, it's just not going to happen. There's tons of evidence that shows if you believe you can have the thing, then you're more likely to get it. I love this example of Jim Carrey. I'm going to let it play for you now and you'll see what I mean.
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe. And I dated at Thanksgiving 1995. And I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff. But then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
You see, if you keep waiting until you've got the things that you believe you need to have the life you want, then the chances are you're going to be waiting until the day that you die. Like, you don't want to get to the end of your life and be laced with regret, thinking that you spent all that time scrolling on Instagram looking at fitness influencers called Brad Body Flex. You don't want to have a life of regret where you feel like you just wasted all that time. A great example of this is an analogy that I heard about. It's a bit like getting inside the cockpit of an aeroplane, knowing that you can't fly, but then moving down the runway. You're going down the runway, you're hurtling down, and you don't know how you're going to fly, but you just believe it's going to happen. And before you get to the end of the runway, the universe says, okay, here's the damn flight manual. There you go. You can fly. And it's a bit like that. It's a bit like taking a leap of faith. You just got to believe it's going to happen. Okay. You got to have a deep set belief that things are going to work out. If you want it in biblical terms, I think it's a bit like, what is it that Jesus said? That God will provide your needs. I think he uses the example of the ravens that don't store food, and yet they always get provided for. It's a bit like that. It's like you have to believe. If you believe, the behavior will follow, whereas most people, they wait to believe and never become. But, and this is a big but, like a Kardashian size but, if you don't hang around with the right people, if you don't surround yourself with the people that reflect the life that you want in the future, then you're not giving yourself the best chance of success, are you? It's like, we already know, we've heard this a million times before, the people you surround yourself with are the people that you end up becoming in the future. So if you have an idea of yourself as in the future as being this well-grounded, happy individual that's living a life of presence and stillness, and yet you're best mates with a nihilist who sends you memes at 2 a.m, then you're not going to give yourself the best chance of success because you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. You've got to nourish your future self. You've got to water those new habits, new thoughts, and occasionally some kale smoothies. Right, here's what I'm going to leave you with. The distilled essence of this video, if you like. Reality is not something that's happening around you. Reality is something that's happening through you. So stop waiting for permission slips from the universe. Realize that you are the universe. It's happening through you. So choose an identity, choose a life, act it, dance it, become it. Because the sooner that you can believe that it's already happening for you, the sooner that you can become before the becoming is justified, then the sooner it's actually going to rearrange itself around you. That's how reality works, or at least in my opinion, this is what I think, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Am I deluded? Am I just a woo-woo weird British guy? Let me know. And if you feel like you got something from this video, feel free to buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description for that, and I will see you next time. Ciao.